What's going on, beautiful people? It's your homie DJ B-EZ giving you another weekly episode of the Mix Up Podcast. And we have two of the greatest people that I know in the state of Connecticut right now because they're doing great work for their community, people, and betterment, all of that, and just straight up angels. So we got Josephine Joyner, Juicy J Juice Bar. And then we have Hollywood's Pole Control Studio as well. So we're just chilling, vibing. Gonna have like a nice, I say like backyard cookout conversation about current events, our business, like our business that we pay the bills with and all of that.
Like a red table talk, but we doing it on a graffiti table.
Right. Yeah, it's hip hop.
Graffiti table talk.
It's really hip hop, as you see, guys. Hip hop, graffiti.
The real hip hop.
So, ladies. So, ladies, how is your day going? Anybody go first?
It's a great New Year happening so far. I'm so happy I didn't take that train with my friends to DC. They're crazy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on crazy in the world right now. And today, out of all days, we happen to see right in front of us the Trump uprising.
Whoa.
And the pro-Trumpers doing their thing. And it's kind of like, okay, let's sit back and watch see what's going on. But other than that, business is great. Every time there's something kind of chaotic happening around us, we tend to kind of want to stick together or do something more together. So that will kind of unite more small businesses when it comes to having some sort of common interest. And
yes.
Right now, that is all the buzz. That's what's happening right now in Hollywood world.
Josephine, what's going on with you today?
Funny. Just delivering, ordering. This is my second time doing an interview with you. So, just getting the juice out there, getting everybody healthy, boost your immune system, keep your organs strong.
Nice. Because honestly, right now, that's the number one thing that we need to do is just keep our health on point and whatnot. Because with all the stress, all the Rona running around, and we can't even see what's happening with it and whatnot, the number one thing that we can control before, people say like, hey, you got to, take this, thing, in your arm, right. Control your health, eat the proper things for your body.
But then you got all the preventatives. She's right there offering right there an alternative to anything that's medicinal, and that's alternative health.
Holy snap! You know what? This is a good segue. Before I even say what I was about to say,
about the people that's promoting it online.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I see this lady. I'm gonna text her later, and I'm gonna say to her, "How was that shot?" She was like, "I'm about to go and take my COVID-19 shot. Pray for me." I'm like, what? Why would you say something that there's nothing wrong with you?
You get that little emoji, that's the high five. Everybody thinks it's a prayer.
Really, and they give you a sticker. They give you, she like put the sticker on and everything.
She's gonna come out, she went, I had the shot.
That's fine. That's crazy. But my thing is just that if there's nothing wrong with you, why would you want to take that shot?
Right.
Why would you want to put something foreign into your body?
At least allow the results of the test to be something that's determined before you just making this assessment. But what I'm understanding is that what they're doing is they're making it mandatory for like travel and other type
medical workers.
Right. Or even anything that's additional for like entertainment or just in that realm of travel.
Right.
Because anytime you're getting around any place, they want to make sure where you came from and how to do the proper contact tracing.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be really tough until everybody has that little magic sticker. I hope it's holographic or something like that. Like they promised us in those alien movies, with the barcode and the hologram or what, something popping up off mine if I have to get it. But I want to make sure I can communicate with everybody. Like, I am clean.
Wow.
So you for it?
Hell no. I'm talking crazy. That's what crazy people would say.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Like your body, your decision. But
no, I'd rather have your moss on my shelves before I decide to do anything that type of crazy.
Right.
I'm kind of grandma's baby. We don't really go around practicing, playing around with stuff
that
we don't know that's real until Yeah, but we know what really works, and that's proper food and proper nutrition.
Food, exactly. Plants, vegetables.
And honestly, go outside for 45 minutes and just do something.
Yeah, no, that too. Though.
Yeah.
Get the sun. Getting the sun is really good. The vitamin D, that's really good.
Shoot, we're living through the craziest time in history. We're surviving it. We're thriving it.
But what gets you through?
Right, I was just gonna say that. What about you?
By overthinking about everything that's going around you, or do you kind of find like something that kind of gets out of it, like music or film or something that kind of helps you just not have to deal with everything now?
Honestly, like working out and putting together mixes, especially for other people, I just love doing that. And then I do some stuff for myself. So just music and working out. That's what's been getting me through. Because that's what really makes me happy. And especially like if I could present the music to an audience and make them happy, make them start dancing around and having a good time. So that's what's been keeping me through.
Well, I feel you there. Everyone, they're not quite adept to the idea of using fitness as a form of
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna work out.
Nobody wants that idea.
You gotta be like really motivated to be like working out.
Right.
Yeah.
You might want to dance or play, and that's what's so great about Pole Control Studios, because that's what you're doing all the time on the poles, or on the floor, or a chair.
Girl, like, I'm over here, I'm like, what?
Everywhere, yes. I mean, for 13 years, we've been successfully open, and I've had over 40,000 students who all claim that it's been something that's amazing for them. Even if it's something that's just scratched off their bucket list for the time, it's something that was amazing for their transformation into their next stage of development. I think as adults, especially women, we all need to have that validation of adult development, and we're saying this is okay.
Right.
Because we're constantly judging each other and claiming, oh, this is not right. Oh, my religion says you're not supposed to do that. Or my morals say that's not right for you. What's this? That's really wrong to be doing to each other. We're women. We need to embrace each other's femininity.
Well,
and
yeah.
that starts with that development into adult sexuality and respecting and embracing that.
Right.
So, yeah, my studio's been pushing forward for all these years.
Wait, we need to give you a round of applause. You've been open for 13 years. It is a big accomplishment.
Yes.
It really is. And I could imagine like how many people you meet and like their transformation and just their stories.
Right. Next, just lately, I've been meeting teams of women who've been going through like divorce and postpartum that have been specifically looking for like groups to kind of like just unwind and kind of like not think about family or work and just give themselves just a moment of clarity and just think about themselves for a moment. And they come out of that class after that hour or whatever time they've spent in the studio, and they're like, I have not been able to feel this way since like before I've had children. Like this is,
they come
this
out
is what I feel.
sexy. They're like, I got my stomach back.
Hilarious. Yes.
No, I know all about that pole life. Trust me, I know all about that pole life.
All about it.
All
about.
So I understand that it really does. It makes you feel like so like empowered as a woman, and you feel sexy, and you're like and then to have control over that pole, and then you swinging your body around, and then you dropping it and popping it, and you're like,
oh damn, hold on.
Your class.
Wait,
wow.
That's what you do, right?
No.
Oh wait, so what kind of pole class is that?
I wish we got into all
Wait,
that.
hold on. What kind of pole class do you teach then?
She like me hot. I like it.
I'm just saying that.
Like that sounds fun.
It's really an art to it.
It is. It's such an art form, and that's what so many people don't understand is that they think immediately that's what they're going to get out of it.
Right.
And it's such a struggle for at least a few months just to be able to gain the strength and the agility. Just to be able to
hold onto the pole.
So it's sometimes very frustrating, or it can kind of psychologically psych you out of being able to meet your actual goal through it.
Right.
But you have to treat it like martial arts, where you're constantly going at it and giving yourself that benefit of practice, so then you will get it. But yeah, that will happen eventually.
So you get the beginners.
Everyone's a beginner.
Okay.
Even if you're a professional, in my studio you're a beginner because I
Right.
give you an assessment to find out which level you're best to be put
Right.
at. Then you're open up to the full array of scheduled classes, and then you can drop in and pop in and do all you want as your time allots. However, all beginners have that kind of same concept. Like, okay, I have 15 classes. What can I do in 15 classes? I'm like, you can do 15 things better than you did in the first class.
Right.
That's all that's going to happen. It honestly does take time. And if you give yourself a realistic expectation and say, okay, in about 5 months,
so what kind
I'll be upside down, then you will.
Okay, yes, I was going to ask, like, what kind of
goal expectation?
Well, no, what kind of things do you do on the pole? Like, I'm trying to picture this in my mind. Like,
well, number one, we got to come to a class. But in the beginner,
you know what? I think I do need to come to a class because I need to get my mojo back.
Nice.
I need to come to a class.
Come on, Stella, I'll sign you up. We got her. We're going to put her right on there.
So, yeah, so, like, what kind of
well, in the beginning, everyone starts off in the basics. You're going to learn your hand grips, your body posture, your placement, your foot placement, how to walk properly around the pole.
Right.
Then you're going to learn for a few basic spins, maybe 5 to 6, that will kind of eventually build a combination, but it takes about 4 or 5 months to really get it perfected. So the combination feels fluid and you like want to fill a hair back and go on your heels. Because, like I said, you're building the agility and the strength as you go.
Right.
But even in that very first class, you're going to find yourself being a lot more strong.
Right.
And you're going to get out of your head a lot faster about what to expect in your next class.
Right.
So it does kind of humble you. It kind of like takes you a step back. It's almost like one of those, like I said, I compared it to martial arts. Think of it as like one of those old senseis, like taking a stick and just slapping you, and you don't even know why, because you don't even understand the language. But eventually, you understand when to duck.
on some Mr. Miyagi type stuff going on, Karate Kid.
Or even older, I was thinking the guy from Kill Bill.
Ah, damn.
I like him.
I'm trying to think.
The old guy?
Yeah, who trained?
Oh, who trained her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Asian guy.
Okay,
Who
yeah.
taught her the 5 points?
Oh, yeah, to be like,
Bill didn't even know that.
So you have like a art, not an art, but a technique to
everything that I teach, honestly, because I come from the exotic entertainment background.
Right.
And that's what led me to opening this restaurant, because I'm opening an adult
Wait, so
dinner
you own a
theater.
restaurant too?
Yes.
Wow, girl, yes! Girl, you lesbian, all you could be, okay? That's what I'm trying to be. 2021, I'm trying to be all I could be.
All I can be in the
Yes, that's why I'm over here with the CBD coffee. That tastes amazing. I'm feeling good. This coffee is really good. But wait, okay, so what kind of restaurant do you own?
The restaurant is an adult dinner theater, and it's featuring all of the aerialists that I would normally do at my studio, but in a restaurant format. So it's more of like a...
So it's like Texas, like Houston, Texas. You go in the strip club and you get the steak at the table and you get a dancer right in front of you and...
No.
Okay.
But I like where you're going.
Yeah,
we going to
Texas? Yes.
Okay.
You go in there and it's like beautiful and it's like a restaurant, like a 5-star restaurant. But it's beautiful women walking around and you're eating lobster and steak and, and just adult entertainment right there.
Well, that sounds fun too. But we're talking kind of like post-COVID-ish.
Okay.
We're still kind of playing in this realm of we're opening around now.
Right.
So the entertainment is purely on a stage, and it's all like aerialists, like pole performers, the lyra performers, anything that you can think of in Vegas, but brought here. Because think about it, and this is kind of how the conception was brought about. We have 2 of the biggest casinos in the world right here in Connecticut.
Yes, we do.
And we have 0 entertainment or venues for anything other than adult entertainment clubs and family-friendly venues. So it doesn't really match with the audience that we're bringing in for the restaurant. So we really want to be able to embrace the adults who are all looking for not necessarily adult entertainment, but also still not looking for anything that bowling or family-friendly venues.
So a little bit more mental stimulation.
Thinking of it like adult nights, date nights, things that the grown and sexy can do.
Something different.
Something very different.
Right.
And you could look at it like, okay, well, you could be a family-friendly family person, but this could be your thing that you do with your girlfriend.
Right, like this night.
Or your man,
Yeah.
exactly. So this could be like your thing. I don't really want to cater to families and children because I was going more towards like the Harlem Nights aesthetics.
Right.
So we're playing with like the, oh, got your attention. Okay, quick, you came back. You just showed up. Yeah, so I'm trying to play with that aesthetic and really play off the Art Nouveau 20s look. And the partners that we're involved with, they are extremely amazing and smart. They're just shrewd business, and they are doing everything they can to differentiate this from the adult entertainment industry, period.
Right.
Because the location was originally an old strip club.
Right.
So because
which club was this?
It's in Vernon. It was called a few different names,
oh,
but
okay.
just recently under the name Lucky's.
Oh, okay.
So now it's the 78, located at 65 Windsor. We're open for DoorDash and Grubhub. Food is available right now. The food for the shows when we open will be kind of catered and themed to the show.
Right.
So for instance, if we did Cirque and Twerk, we'd most likely do
Cirque
Cirque and Twerk.
What?
Cirque and Twerk.
Cirque and Twerk.
And then we'll do Cirque and Twerk.
Right.
But that's just an example. That's just an example of something that's silly ideas we play around with, but we do have a lot of really adult stimulating ideas that would definitely give Vernon and the heart of Connecticut a new venue to really enjoy their nights out.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm opening another location next door to it, so I'll have 3 pole studios.
Okay.
And lots of amazing students that are venturing into the studios.
Right.
And then of course hiring more instructors, because that's my major goal, is to make sure we have employed people, because so many girls that used to be dancers, they don't have jobs anymore. The adult entertainment industry has just gone down the hill.
Right.
And if they're not going to open anymore, if they don't have an opportunity to do dances or really perform anymore, I want them to know that they have a home here, at least doing something, whether they're not performers at the 78, maybe instructors at Full Control, or even learning management or behind the scenes, maybe a franchisee owner and have one of your own, because I'm almost done. I'm ready to kind of move on and get my love and baby on type stuff. Like, I'm getting ready to make some major steps for myself, and I really want to be able to solidify businesses to willing artists who definitely know what type of business this is and be able to take it to the next step. So yeah, all of that, and then some.
Nice.
Well, you know, every business should have, you know, an exit plan, or, you know, just something where you're not physically there making money.
Right.
You could be somewhere else, and then you have a system in place to where it's generating money, because, you know, ultimately business, unless it's something that you really love, I mean, you should be doing something that you love anyways, because it wouldn't feel like work. But ultimately, it's like money is important too, so you gotta make sure that the money is generating so that you could live and you could just, you know, have babies and not worry about all this other stuff.
Right. That's what they say. If you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
Amen.
Right. Yeah.
So, true. We know. Wow, that light is so bright. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, you look light skinned.
True. So we just learned a little bit about Pole Control Studios. Now let's learn a little bit of Juicy J Juice Bar, the origin, and what's going on right now.
So it's just like I talk all day. So it's like this time I'm like, okay, so but just, you know, just selling juice. I'm like, well, I've been doing it since 2016, and I had a storefront on Farmington Avenue. That's like my story. I had a storefront on Farmington Avenue. That's where it all started, and I literally started with like nothing, like literally, like, and it's so crazy because I seen this video and I'm like, oh my god, like I literally had like these wood shelves that I like pinned up and like built the bar in the store, and looking at it now, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I couldn't even believe that I was really doing business like that, you know what I mean? But
it was just starting off though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it just looked like I was just starting off. Like, you know. So, but it's all good because it just motivated me more. You know what I mean? Because it's like, wow, like I've come a long way. And I'm still going. Like, I'm even more motivated and excited than ever before. I feel like I'm just starting.
Yeah, because in a sense, like you have the experience of just having a storefront, but now it's like I feel like you're so much more visible, moving around, being the mobile store that you are, and just like explain to people that transition and also the freedom a little bit.
Well, yeah. So that's where like I knew. Okay, I feel like the store, because I've always been like restaurant, bartending. I've always been in like a service industry. So it was always, I always had it natural as far as like customer service and whatever it was, I just served the people. And so I worked a job, 9 to 5, and I lost that job. So, you know, like from there, and like, I don't know if you ever felt like something that you had and you banked everything on that and then it was taken away from you. So I just was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? So obviously that put me in like a real bad depression. So, but out of that came, but it was something because I already was saying every day going to that job, I can't stand this job. I want to leave this job, but it pays the bills. So, so it just gets to a point where it's like the universe push you to do it. If you don't want, if you don't do it, eventually the universe gonna make something happen so where you have no choice.
You're already putting it out there. You're speaking it into existence.
Exactly. So that's what happened. So then I just got about that and I just was like, you know, praying and stuff. And I just said, you know what? I'm about to work for myself. I'm not about to go get no other job. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna work myself because I know that I'm a good worker. So I'm like, all the jobs that I've had always been like the best. Always go beyond. And it's like the managers and the bosses never appreciate it. You're just another, you know,
You're just a number.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna do for me. I'm gonna make my money. But it was just like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? So I think like everybody, like every entrepreneur go through that where they're like, you be up late night on YouTube. You be just trying to figure out like, what are you gonna do? You know? So, so then that's when like the juice part came, you know, it just all happened that way. And then I still wasn't sure. I purchased the spot on Farmington Avenue with my income tax money. I always say that story because that's important, especially for like Black and brown community, you know what I mean? Where if it's something that you really believe in, like just
jump forward.
Yeah, you, like,
go forward.
You just jump forward and just use everything that you have. So, and that's what I did, but I still didn't know. But then I just was like, all right, it came to me about doing a juice bar and like the health. So like back then, 2016, a lot of people I knew was getting diabetes and cancer. It just came out of nowhere where it was just like overwhelming. Everybody saying they had cancer or diabetes. So I used to like follow these people. Like one of them was like this guy named Yada. Have you guys ever heard of Yada?
Is he from North End or South End?
No, he's on Instagram.
Okay, got you. My bad. I'm thinking about because I'm thinking about I know like 3 people with that name in the hood, but we're not talking about hood stuff. My bad. Yeah.
So,
the heartbeat.
That's in Britain. Heartbeat.
Hartford. Yep.
So yeah, I know Yada's on Instagram. So Yada used to be like, he was like this big time drug dealer dude that turned vegan. So I used to watch him, whatever, and he started following Dr. Sebi's path. And he went to Honduras. He bought his own little village. He started connecting with like he video recorded all of this. So
he's not the one who made the cucumber wrap, is he?
no, not him. That's the Jamaican guy. No. So yeah. So in between all of this, I just kept remembering the guy Yada. He kept saying the food is killing us. The food is killing us. So it was just like I started realizing like, okay, it's the food. It's the food. So but then I started just getting into smoothies. I went and bought a blender. it's a whole story to that, but we're not gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
I went and bought a blender in my house, and I just started making smoothies, working out, and I bought the place on Farmington Avenue, and I said I'm gonna make this a smoothie shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I still didn't even like research the industry or nothing, right?
You just did it because it was in your heart. It was just like, I got to do this.
Right. It was like the universe was like, you need to open up a juice bar.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like your universe. I can talk to you.
yeah, the universe is talking to me all the time.
Like, you need to open up.
So I did it, and like, you know, my family, like, you know, my ex-husband, they wasn't really sure about it. So I started researching the industry, and I did everything backwards, right? So, and then I did my business plan, and the industry showed me that the people, like, there's different other companies like Chop Salad. These companies are from New York, right? Chipotle. They all do like farm to table or like fresh salads, and they were growing in the East Coast. When I did the research, they were growing. So I said, you know what? You can have, this is what it tells me is that healthy juice is not just for summertime, right? Because we all like smoothie. Only time I had smoothie was at McDonald's or something like that. So I'm like, how am I gonna make money off of this? So that's when Yada came into my mind, and I was like, you know what? People are waking up. And healthy juice bars is gonna be it. It's gonna be the future because people are starting to care about their health. So I did it, and it was like the rest was history. So up until 2019, which was last year, I had the store. So I feel like my journey, everybody has their own journey.
Yes.
So sometimes you look at somebody, you're like, oh, they're way ahead of you, or you guys could be doing the same thing. That person might be ahead of you, but guess what? You have to go through your journey, and there's lessons in there for you. And they're gonna be people that's gonna look at you and be like, wow, you know, they did it this way. You know, you give people motivation.
Yes.
Right? So that's how I look at, like, even though I started everything backwards, it was that journey that I had to learn, right? Because when I was in that store for like 3 years, I learned the business because I didn't know business. You know what I mean? Like, I've been managers at restaurants or whatever, but it's different when you own your own. When you go into a company, they already have those systems in place. So you just have to implement them every day. But when you have to create your own, I had to create schedules. I had to create payroll. I had to create employee sign-ons. I had to create rules every day for these people. Like, I had a couple of employees. So I learned all that. And business, like, your money, you gotta manage the product, how much product you're buying every day, all this stuff. So then, you know, Farmington Avenue is like a hot mess with the rodents. So that's
know that.
So Farmington Avenue was a hot mess. Like, my business was growing, right? But it was a hot mess over there, and the landlord didn't want to fix the problem. So I just knew the universe started talking to me again, and it was like, you gotta go. It's time for you to go. So I cried. When you have your business, you know, right? When you gotta transition and you gotta do something different, it's like, you're like, no, baby. You know, because you put so much hard work. So, but I did it. I had to. So I closed it up. January, I told the landlord, and I kept it moving.
Just like that.
He was mad though, you know, because I brought like a different Farmington Avenue, when that plaza where KFC across the street, I was bringing like different cultural people and over there with the juice and everything. But so then, right after I closed it up, I still was networking. You know, I network all the time. So I went to Hartford food advisory meetings. I used to go there. And Knox, shout out to Knox.
Yes.
I love Knox. I don't care what nobody says about Knox. Yeah, you know, it is what it is with like the racism or whatever, but they helped me. So
this is America.
I think I have a fit.
This is America.
Seriously.
You know, racism ladder.
You know, because it's like that's what's going on, and you know what's going on right now in America. But they helped me, so I always like shout them out. Always, you know what I mean? So I met the lady, at Knox. I was talking, and she was like, "Yeah, we got the farm." Da, da, da. And I always was like, because of Chipotle, me working there, they did farm to table. So Chipotle food, they get their food from local farmers in the area.
Okay.
Or surrounding that town.
So Knox is one of the farms they got some of the product from. Okay.
This is what sparked the seed.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, like, I come from a background where I'm Southern, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we eating pork chops, we eating ribs.
So with you switching over to this whole, like, health vegan kick, this is a whole different world for you.
Right.
But you're living the life, though.
Yes. So it took a journey to get here, but so that's what sparked the seed. So I always had in my mind, like, yo, that would be dope if I could grow the veggies and have, you know, the people know that we're growing the veggies and they know, like,
where it's coming from. It's not going to be any chemical sprayed on it. It's coming straight from your farm.
Right.
That you're just taking care of everything in there and whatnot.
Right. So I met the lady and she was like, "Yeah, I'm from Knox and we have this farm." And I was like, "What?" So she's like, "Yeah, come down, check it out." I was like, she said she was a farmer. So I was like, "You're a farmer?" I don't know, I just thought it was cool that she was a woman that farmed.
Yeah.
So I went down there and she's like, "Yeah, you know, if you want this space, you can have it. And we'll give you the seeds, we'll give you everything you need to start." So I had this time on my hand.
Yes.
So I said, you know what, I'm going to take this year, 2019, to learn how to farm and grow the products because I hated going to Restaurant Depot to get the food. So
and then it also is an extra skill that you just added on because now it's like you properly know how to farm stuff, and now it's like, in a sense, you could just like set it up how you want, schedule it, and then pick up your own product.
Exactly.
You know?
So yeah, and then I'm like, then business-wise, I'm saving a lot of money, and
without dealing with that rent.
Without dealing with the rent, and also, I mean, I don't have nothing against like storefronts. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I mean, now we're living in a time where everything is online. You know, but I don't have nothing against storefronts. But what was important is that the veggies and it added value to my business. Yes. So now, like, so I learned how to do it the springtime. Like, the farmers over there, they took me in, they showed me everything. Like, it's different from growing like in your house or in your backyard. Yes. When you have acres, you have to like measure the acres. You have to like, when you go to seed, you have to seed straight in a straight line. Then there's some veggies that don't like to grow near each other. And then Knox, you only could grow organic. You can't add no pesticides, you can't do no sprays and nothing. That's hard because you gotta make sure you keep up with them because there's bugs. There's all different type of bugs that will eat them and stuff. So it was a lot to learn. So by this time though, the summertime, I was able to go in like different events and be like, yeah, I grow my products. What? That added value.
Yeah, because a lot of people that smoothies, juices and whatnot, they usually go to the local grocery store and get it, but you're actually farming every single bit of fruit and vegetable that you put into your juice. Right. And everybody's not doing that.
Right.
So,
as like an entrepreneur or just anybody, that one thing that taught me is, find what makes you different. Because then you can put a price or value on your product or your service. And that's unlimited. You could really create your own freedom that way. So that's what that showed me. And then now, with the store, set schedule, now with, just being mobile, doing the deliveries, you can make your schedule whenever you felt like it. Right. Feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if Monday is like, my day of prayer, Monday's my day of prayer, but I'll take care of you guys other days. But also, you can switch it up and be like, usually on Mondays I pray, but since there's a heavy demand going on, I'm gonna pray to God real quick, but let me go handle this business. Yeah, True. I feel like I'm an entrepreneur. Like I, you know what I'm saying? Like business. I look at everything as a business. So I feel it doesn't matter if you have a storefront or not. It's all on the individual. And that's where I realized I want to be around individuals that have no limit. I'm like, do you have $1 million in your bank account? Not yet. But it's coming. Do I have $1 million in my bank account? Not yet, but it's coming.
You gotta plant plant that seed.
I don't know what y'all got, but I'm just saying that it's coming. But guess what? You're not gonna get it if you don't put in the work.
Exactly.
Or if you just be like, oh, I only want to work these days. But guess what? It might require for you to bust nights. It might require, like, I be up like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock responding to customers because that's a customer service. That's a service.
Yes.
When you order from Amazon or whoever, you get emails, be like, your order has shipped.
Yup.
Guess
24/7.
what? I'm wearing different hats. That's the thing. And you know what I mean? And so now I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, I can't do it all by myself. So I'm just like, universe, please send me my tribe that's going to help this business go to the next
level.
Which is now I do bottling.
Yes.
So from me closing the store, it's kind of like I did it backwards, but I see my journey. So for me closing the store, now I'm bottling. So now, And
the crazy thing about that is your product is going to hit different stores now.
Right.
So this is amazing. This is amazing.
So yeah, so anyway, so I have this coffee here, this CBD coffee. I just want to she like, girl, we tired of you talking about that damn CBD coffee.
You must be working. She's still
But yes, so I'm really excited because first of all, this company, Taga, they're the only ones that
let me zoom in.
That is bringing this out. CBD is a $1 billion industry, and not only that, but it's medicinal. So it's just I always just be like, you know what? Just trying to find different things that's natural and it's organic, where you look at the ingredients and you know what's in that. You know what's in it. And I have a lot of customers where they be like, I do the detox, but I need my coffee. So it's always just trying new stuff, different stuff to introduce to everyone.
Yeah.
So.
Juicy J Juice Bar. And continuing to just grow and just, in a sense, save lives, in a sense, because with educating people on the health and nutrition and whatnot, and actually reversing generational curses is a big thing and whatnot. And so, yeah. And actually, shoot, I got my little testimony about the sea moss. So I've been on the sea moss.
Well, yes, I have. Yes.
So I've been on the sea moss for like, I think 7 months now, and it's like, I'm just gonna say I'm in my mid-30s, but I feel like, I'm 17, 18 again. You know what I'm saying? Like, just energy wise and everything. So it's on point. So, yo, D, you crazy B. You crazy B.
You put it up all the time. On the sea moss?
Yeah.
You ever tried sea moss before?
No, I never knew about it.
What?
Yo, brethren.
I'm gonna give you a sample.
Brethren. Yo, D, bring your face over here, D.
No, what you need to do.
Get on it. Get on it, B.
Sea moss sampler at my studio.
Okay, yes, we can do that. Let's put together. Okay, so wait, because there's people watching on here. So let's introduce yourself real fast.
I look much better than this.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. She got a filter on, the ugly one.
You are crazy.
I am the one and only Miss Hollywood's owner of Pole Control Studios. You must likely have heard of me, or somebody that you know has. So please give me a call. Check me out.
Yes,
www.polecontrolstudios.com. Come by, give a class a try. No harm.
Yeah.
Until you try it again.
Shoot. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do with this last 4 minutes is I'm going to reverse the roles. Because usually when I'm doing this podcast, I'm like, always behind the scene, but you hear the voice, but you don't see me, whatever. So I'll just tell people who I am and whatnot. And like, I think 4 minutes could cover it. Right. The story of Earle, DJ B-EZ and whatnot. What I'm going to do is, we're just going to do this like this. I'm flipping the camera. So somebody is going to produce me.
My name is somebody.
My name is somebody.
And that is nobody. Okay, here we go.
So, peace and blessings, people. It's your homie Earle, DJ B-EZ. Been doing the radio thing at WFCS for more than, I'll say, 9+ years, probably 10 years. Yeah, probably 10 years. Yeah. But this whole podcast thing happened during what we call the pandemic and whatnot, and it's been a blessing in disguise. So I know a lot of awesome people, a lot of business owners, a lot of artists, and just giving them a platform to just talk about what they love doing and whatnot. If you would have told me back in 2006 or 7 that I'll be a DJ, nah, because when I went to college to CCSU, I was just trying to play football and, party. But then when I realized the NCAA has, different, plans for transfer students and stuff like that, I'm like, so what, I gotta actually learn something? Mm-hmm. So what I did learn is just, how to just hustle. So even on campus, when it came down to I shouldn't be saying this, but when it came down to people that weren't able to go to the liquor store and purchase their own liquor.
Don't edit this.
We over here talking about poetry.
Yeah. So the thing is, let's just say people didn't have the means to go. I would just represent and go for them. Not trying to say anything about age limits and nothing like that. It's just, I just provided a service because I had a car and whatnot. So if people couldn't walk to the liquor store, I'd be like, yo, I could do a delivery for you, but you got to throw me some cash. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you make sure you check all their IDs so you make
sure
they were 21 person would have bought it.
Right.
No,
yeah, that's the right.
So DJ B-EZ doesn't encourage underage drinking unless you're in a country of, Europe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you're in Europe and Canada, you do what you do. But in the United States of America, you gotta be 21, y'all.
Cook Up Coop said this is a dope podcast.
Yo.
Thank
big
you.
Cook Up Coop.
Shout outs to Cook Up, yo. Shout outs to you. Amazing food, yo. So, so I started just hustling on campus, just doing stuff, just doing random stuff. And then, one of my good buddies that was also trying to get on the football team at the time, this kid from Boston, he was an actual DJ. So I would follow him to the radio station, and I'm just just picking out his songs, and just, that's when people still actually did the whole vinyl thing. Well, vinyl's coming back now. So I'll just pick out his vinyl, and there was one day that he wasn't there. So one of the managers of the station was just like, hey, why don't you just try to do something? So I just put something together for 30 minutes. And then they were just like, how come you're not doing your own show? I'm like, I never DJed before. But the thing is, with the family that I have, shout out to my family, super Jamaicans that love all types of music.
Right.
Already had a musical library of different things that I just played for myself. But then that's when I just learned how to just put different things together, produce a show, stuff like that. And then, right around 2009, started DJing gigs, and then just doing everybody's house party on campus. People forgot the name of the sororities and all of that, doing their twerk competitions and all that. So I was, dude, you were there. You were on pre-girlfriend, all of that. You were there. You were there. You were at those parties. We were creative people. We, did what we did, mud wrestling, we were just crazy. It was college. We did all types of stuff. So, but the thing is, learning from all of those experiences gave me a work ethic for business and whatnot. And then that's when, I was encouraged hey, brush it up a little bit, start doing weddings, brush it up a little bit, start doing company parties. And then brushing things up, sharpening the skills, expanded business, and then, I'm not gonna lie, all the way up to 2015, I added on the secret weapon, and a lot of you guys would be surprised with the secret weapon. Karaoke.
Wait, when? Oh, 2019?
No, 2015.
Oh, wow.
2015. So I was just doing parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, all of that. But when I added on karaoke, for some reason, karaoke took me to a different level where it not doubled my bank account, tripled my bank account.
Yeah.
To the point where
karaoke parties was
no, seriously,
karaoke parties was popping.
So the thing is, like, shout out to San Diego Asian Cafe for, you know, believing in my personality and just be like, hey, he's a nice guy. He's nice to customers. People like his music. So let's see what he can do with karaoke. And then also big shout out to big sis Stephanie Ripken, because I traded her like my whole music library for her whole karaoke library. So she got me in too. So shout out to those people. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, you definitely have to shout the people out that, you know,
started me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that just took like everything to a different level. So with karaoke, I'm meeting people I usually won't meet at your typical soca and reggae party. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, your typical, like, you know, house music party, whatever. Because karaoke is everybody. Literally everybody. Because if you got a 9 to 5, the boss stressing you the fuck out.
Right.
And you want to, like, get some energy off. There's some people that just be like, you know what? I want to sing my fucking Prince song and whatnot. And so they go in the bar, drunk as fuck. And guess what they're doing? They singing Prince. And my job is just to adjust their volume, give them a little bit of, you know, echo and reverb so they can sound like Prince. Or the drunk version of themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So,
wait, you doing some Houdini magic?
Whoa, yes. When it comes down to sound engineering and making sure a loud drunk person sounds better than their representative is a job in itself.
Yeah.
Yes. So all in all, that's a little, you know, story of DJ B-EZ and the beginnings and all of that. If you want my full story, just hit me up on Instagram, DJ_B_EZ.
Wait, is there more?
Yeah, there's more, but it's we have to keep a time limit.
One more. Then you can't end it like that.
Okay, so also
we'll do a behind the scenes uncut version at the end of this podcast.
So, okay, so, I'm sorry, I like cut you off.
No, it's all good. Like, pretty much, like, what I'm going to say to the people is I DJ'd all types of events, even 2019, I did the Northeast, I forgot the acronym. I'll get all that information on there, but it was like the Northeast sorority fraternity event where there was kids coming to, like, literally downtown Hartford, the Constitution building. It was like, no, not the Constitution building. It was what's downtown Hartford? The Convention Center.
Okay.
So they came. So kids from Philly, Jersey, New York, Massachusetts came through, and literally it was like a crazy ass like
battle.
Yes.
Like a DJ battle.
No. Stomping.
Oh, really?
Stomping, step showing, like stuff like that. And also, since I brought up step showing stuff, big shout out to Pep Squad at CCSU, because I used to do a lot of their parties, and they were so innovative with just dance routines and whatnot. So they were their own version of Stomp Yard and whatnot. So like just events like that, then like honestly, whatever you want your event to be, I will make your event that way. Like if you want your event to be like Disney theme and we're having like twerking princesses and shit like that, like that's what I do. That's what I do.
Your music selection, I'd be like, how do you know all these songs? Like you have to really.
Thank you to my brother and sister putting me on, and I learned from the best.
Right, because you know a lot of people get into the business. I see a lot of DJs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like how you do it. It's different.
What?
Yeah, because some people like they do the DJ just for the money.
Yeah. No, I love doing it. I want to see people happy.
Right,
like,
and they don't have a variety of selections. Like I know there's been plenty of times when y'all went to the club or something, and it's and it'd be like these. Well, now let me not say that, but it'd be like main DJs that and it's like what? Like you play the same thing all the time. Like your selection is limited.
That's why we go to the club at 11 so we can hear the songs once.
Facts. So I believe like if I'm there for your whole 4 hours, I got to give you a whole experience. So a lot of times in the first two hours, I'm giving you throwbacks and B-side tracks, but then when everybody get there, I'm slapping you over the head with all the hits. And then when I realize, okay, the ratio, let's just say the ratio for, ladies to fellas is like, I don't know, like 7 to like 2 or something like that. I'm playing all the tracks for the girls, for the ladies.
I got one interesting question.
What's the question you got?
Since you do so many amazing weddings, break it down based on ethnicity, based on white weddings and black weddings. What is the same song both weddings will dance to?
The same song?
Mm-hmm. Name one song that both parties will be comfortably dancing to.
Honestly, for the past 3 years, it's been a lot of Cupid Shuffle, Cha-Cha Slide, and then a lot of people are just about the wobble. The wobble, yeah.
The African music.
Yeah, but with like everybody, all like white, black, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like wedding wise, it's been Cha-Cha Slide, wobble, Cupid Shuffle, and then also, oh my god, oh my goodness, Fresh Prince always does it.
Which song?
Jump on it. Oh, yeah. So that's at every wedding too. So yeah, those are the 4 songs, and then Have you got any culturally different weddings, like Indian or Chinese? Say that again.
Like Indian or Chinese?
I did. Like, to be honest with you, I did a Korean wedding before, but to be honest with you, it was just it seemed like it was two Italians get marrying each other. Like it was just like they didn't bring no culture. Like it was like they were Korean. But they just have
nothing but culture.
I know. Yeah. Yes. I think the most ethnic wedding I did was actually September that just passed for 2020, Liberian and Jamaican. So the young ladies from Liberia, Afrobeats, yeah. So the thing is, like they were rocking with my Afrobeats, but then the father and the aunt was just like, hey, we got some stuff for our homeland, so is there a way for us to get this on? I'm like, yo, I got an extra laptop, I could download it real quick, and then boom, party jumping. So they were doing some type of like tribal, like it was just lit energy, and I felt like God, whatever was there, the force was there. Yeah, because they were doing some type of stuff.
What they was doing? What they was doing? They was doing some rituals.
No, not rituals. But it was but the dancing they were doing was so fluent, and the moves, I haven't seen moves like that ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to all types of parties.
You just haven't seen it in this life.
Yes, I haven't seen it in this life. Yes.
Yeah. You wasn't there yet.
So yeah. That, and then no, you got me really thinking about what else I did. I did a Greek wedding. That was lit.
They throw a lot of plates around?
They didn't throw the plates. They just started doing crazy line dancing, and then they just like
drop it low.
Yeah, like somebody's like that's like an aunt of like age 50 or something was just getting down low on the ground at the Greek wedding. Like it was insane.
Would you ever do a Chinese funeral?
Oh.
Well, let's say we do anything.
Listen here.
They actually hire strippers for their funerals.
Whoa.
So just to let you know, now, would you ever do a Chinese funeral?
Well, I was going to give you the educated answer and say, whatever type of event they want me to do, like, because I've done repasses before, but yes, I'll do a Chinese funeral, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. So, like, what is one of your biggest highlights in your business that you've done? Last year, 2020.
2020, honestly, backyard karaoke. Backyard
one of those parties.
Yeah, backyard karaoke was something I never thought I was going to be doing, but it, like, when I did it once, and it was, okay, big shout out to my homegirl, Carrie Howe. Back in 2019, she provided a space for me to teach three teenagers and a mom how to DJ on a Monday for like 8 weeks and whatnot. So shout out to Carrie Howe for that. So she was the one that was like, hey, let's do backyard karaoke. So she got a big backyard. She cleaned it up, invited people. And it was just supposed to be like, okay, we're just doing stuff for fun because we're, kind of stressed out. This year has been crazy. So we're just doing it. And then it's like, she brings all her homegirls over, and then people hitting me up on my phone like, yo, because, I was going live. Where the hell is this at? How can I get there? I'm like, yo, we just having a private party, but I'm making it public. That's all it was. So with that concept, basically with that one concept we were just doing for fun, that provided me 4 other job opportunities for the rest of the summer to do backyard karaoke and whatnot, then doing a backyard wedding. And so that was one of my highlights of
Don't you love that?
2020. And then also another highlight, big shout out to Joelle, big shout out to Manny the chef. We did a party downtown Hartford, because where Manny lives at, I'm not going to tell you where he lives at downtown Hartford, but his backyard was big enough that we could just, spread out the tables and chairs and just, he's grilling, I'm DJing. Joelle, you go to a lot of my parties.
I know.
Joelle.
Your parties be popping. That's why.
Thank you.
It's a vibe. And your parties always have good energy, good vibe. Everyone's always dancing, having a good time, getting lit.
And
it's always good energy. Always. That's why I be like, all right, I'll do your parties. And I don't really go out a lot, but I always make sure, like, okay, it's always a good vibe.
So speaking of parties, what do you think with now all the online activity? What do you feel if you can't feel the energy? Or have you ever done one of those silent parties where everybody wear the earphones?
The silent parties, I thought about doing. I never got to it, but the Zoom party, big shout out to Wendy Holmes, Boston, Massachusetts, and her daughter Kennedy. I did Kennedy's Sweet 16 like 3 Saturdays ago, and it was like a Zoom party with like 22 kids, and the other were like adults and whatnot. Just make sure the kids won't go too crazy. And that was like pretty damn lit. And then also the mother, shout out Wendy, shout you out again, because you look out for your daughter, because she actually hired one of the singers for The Voice to just sing her happy birthday with 3 more songs. But that lady caught the Rona a little bit, whatever. So the replacement singer was a lady that actually wrote tracks. Well, not all the tracks for Beyonce, but she wrote a couple tracks from Beyonce, and she came from, she's working at Berklee School of Music in Boston. So Wendy, shout out to you, because that was a great experience. You love your daughter, and that was dope. So Zoom parties, I do it, because I did it.
And Wendy, you could hire me to be your daughter. I mean,
I'm sorry for all the name dropping.
Can you be like 2 more daughters?
I mean, can we get Curtis Mayfield at my wedding?
Right. But you know what though? That right there shows me that it doesn't always, like, you still can achieve that level of success, and creativity. You don't have to be in the limelight. There's so many people. I bet you she made a lot of money writing just a few songs for Beyonce. So it's just like, it's never.
Well, you can always make money if you write a few songs, because you have the rights.
You have the rights to it.
Right.
Or that's property. That's intellectual property you own. So anytime the song's played, anytime somebody sings it, whisper it, I think you get paid.
Right.
Actually, somebody did a whisper, the Yin Yang Twins.
There we go. Get paid.
A big shout out to David Banner, Play. That's one of my favorite nasty tracks. Ooh.
Yeah, I always every time I hear that song, it feels like I could hear their hot breath in my ear. And it's a little sweaty. Like, ooh, that's saliva.
Oh man, David Banner, thank you for playing.
Dang, I never thought about twins the same way since.
Yo, this is dope. I think, you know what? Since we did our intros, I think we could do like a, weekly series.
Oh, now you feeling us?
Right.
No, I've been.
No, we said before we even got here, you just put us on the spot like this.
Listen.
Let me see. Let me have my people call your people. And our people's call.
Right.
Let me have Beyonce.
We need to sign some papers here. Okay.
My
We need
lawyer
to know
call your
that once we
lawyer.
get big.
My lawyer call your attorney's lawyer.
Right.
Yo, because honestly, you guys are already Hold on, let me take the camera off. You guys are already big in your own right, off the strength of what you're providing the community, the state, the region of the Northeast and whatnot, because you're providing life. And you know what? Women provide life.
That's
Women
right.
create life. So, girls, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, this is a dope honor to have both of you guys on the podcast and all of that. You know, so definitely we gotta, you know, I got an idea for us to just keep
Some of them think. I'm sorry.
to just keep this rolling and whatnot, like cause this if
Record a track over here.
for everybody that doesn't know, we are in the official Connecticut People Records studio.
Yeah.
CPR right there. You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't living, you dead.
Mm-hmm. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Intellectual property, you may have it.
So big shout out to Lamont. Big shout out to Young D. And yo, shoot, we're gonna keep this fire rolling. We'll be back next week for another episode of the Mix Up Podcast. Hollywoods. Let everybody know your social media. Juicy J. You already know.
One, the only Hollywood.
Juicy J
Whole
Juice
world.
Bar.
I'm there everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Friendster, MySpace, Vine.
MySpace.
I'm everywhere still because I don't close my account. Holler. And you know you can find me on Pratt Street. Nope, it's like you can't find me there anymore. You can find me on Park Street, right there, right there.
Word. The studio's right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Yes.
And let everybody know your social media information real quick.
Juicy J Juice Bar. Instagram, Facebook,
Word.
Google,
Yo,
Snapchat. I think I got a Snapchat account.
I think you do have a Snapchat account. Yeah.
Snapchat, Twitter.
Yeah.
I think I have a Twitter
Yeah, you
account.
can find me
Yeah.
on Twitch, you can find me on Wish, you can find me on Shop.com,
What?
Patreon, Amazon,
Right.
Oh damn.
Rage on, Teacher's Kit.
Right.
Did you guys
Oh, the OnlyFans.
Do you have OnlyFans?
Oh my God!
No.
Imagine like Juicy J Juice Bar OnlyFans,
Only
right?
thing I don't
and I always release
Look at
like
that tonight. Look at
a fruity shirt
Yeah.
Google it.
or like an elixir.
Uh-huh.
Would you know?
That'd be dope.
Like Juicy J out here wilding.
Shoot.
OnlyFans for juice.
Shoot, I got.
Oh, the Juicy fans. You said, just call it that.
Shoot.
But no, but that'd be good because it's like your mind. You gotta use your imagination.
Exactly. The
So we
juice.
can pervert it up without people knowing it's not perverted.
OnlyFans originally started for music. It wasn't.
Really?
It wasn't meant for women to do what they do with that.
So who started that?
I'm not sure who started it, but OnlyFans was a way
Probably tequila,
for musicians.
Like,
It was something for them to be exclusive for being on social media, so everybody don't have
Right.
a free way to access their material. So they started the OnlyFans where you had to subscribe to get the content of their music, but it like went over people's heads and they didn't know. And then when COVID hit,
Sex sells.
somebody started that shit up, like they flipped the script.
It probably was a rapper that has some chicks in a studio.
Look it up. Look it up.
You know what I am, because I want to see who
Look
started
up, like, who
that.
started OnlyFans?
Well, I know you can do a
What
Pornhub
started
for free, right?
OnlyFans?
That's what I heard.
So good.
That's what I heard. I don't know, but I heard that. I don't know. I don't know if it's, you know.
I don't know.
We all like, nobody never wants to admit it. I don't know. It's on speed now, but we don't know. OMG.
Yeah, I know you.
Uh-huh.
I know you, Tila Tequila.
my goodness.
Underscore whore.
Oh my lord.
Oh my god. This CBC coffee got me feeling really good.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a dope
This
show.
coffee got me feeling good.
Need me a bag.
Shoot.
It's so good.
Need a bath?
Need me a bag.
I'm telling you, it's so good. Look, Earl, I got you a little more.
Oh
Yeah, I got
snap.
them. They come in little packets.
So who has a TikTok now? I feel like I'm too old for
So I
that.
do 5 for 20.
I don't have a TikTok, but I know people that have it, and you know I'll send them videos to send.
What kind of TikTok videos do you make?
Who me? No, I don't. No. I'm just doing promotional stuff. I just send them my logo and just stuff on it, and just be like, hey, help me promote real quick. But I don't want to
So
do
do you
no.
make music?
No, I don't make music.
You don't make music for TikTok?
No. I do mixes for Mixcloud, but TikTok. I still gotta know more about it, but it's a wave. It's a wave.
So how many supplemental income streams do you guys have?
No, 5 of the little 5 of these little
DJing, karaoke,
25.
rental for like people that need PAs. You know, just basically if you need a mixing board, a microphone, speaker, so you could just talk to people in your meeting and whatnot. That's 3 that I definitely know. There's probably something else I'm missing.
Yo, I'm telling you, you gotta
But yeah, those are my 3 main, and then also just chefing up stuff too. You know, so
Who does merch sales?
what happened?
Do any of you have merchandise? Do you sell merchandise?
Look at my sweaters.
all the sweaters over there? Okay, yes, let's go over here and take a look.
My merch, baby.
So is this only for your clients that come in here?
No. We just